Beautiful. We're good.
Yeah, we're good this time.
We had so many technical difficulties the last time. We just want to make sure we're good.
Yeah, that's why there's no episode for last time. We recorded it, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, so many little things kept happening. But we're back.
Yeah.
We're back. We're here. Welcome.
After like 3 weeks of being off.
Yeah. Straight up. We want to dive right into 302 and talk about everything. But we just want to mention some notable wins from the fight night that we missed on the Edson Barboza card. Like Adrian Yanez, and then we got who else? Chaos Williams, and then we got Lerone Murphy as well. So they put on some amazing fights. All the prelims were cool too, but I feel like we just had to shout out those fights.
We didn't even talk about Derek Lewis fight.
Nope, nothing.
Yeah, that was fun.
But we're about to dive into 302, the classic Russian versus American story. We'll get into the main event in a little bit. But what fight did you want to start off with? Are there any that are triggering you or not triggering you, but pique your interest for the early prelims or anything?
Well, let's start bottom up.
You got it.
So we'll start with the prelims and then work our way to the main event.
We're fans just like you guys, and we'll be straight up. We want to see the names that we know, and we want to see the names that entertain us the most. Even all the way at the early prelims, there's some pretty solid fights. Like the first one that I see is Mickey Gall. I know he didn't really want to bring him up too much. A lot of people are already losing their interest, and I can't blame them. But Mickey Gall has Mickey Gall has a true underdog story, and he was thrown to the wolves at a very young age.
Yeah, well, I mean, he kind of I think his issue was that he came in for the gimmick fight, So I think from early on, people just didn't take him seriously.
Right.
And he has had some good wins in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
He has fought some good people. He's had wins, he's had losses, but I think that was I feel like he was getting momentum to do something, and then he just didn't really capitalize on it, or he just really couldn't keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, and then now he just kind of just hangs out in below the rankings.
Well, I think he's definitely. It's kind of like when like you said, he's not ranked, but there's those certain names when he tunes in, you gotta watch him fight. It feels good to see him win. It still kind of hurts to see him lose, but I think he's at that point in his career that he's one loss away from getting the cut. What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now that hype around him of being the guy that fought CM Punk is
right.
It's over, right? It's like hey man, now you're a UFC fighter. Be a UFC fighter.
Yeah, exactly. And man, I don't know what weight is he at. What weight does he fight?
I want to say 170 or 180. I think 170. Oh, lightweight. Okay,
lightweight,
155.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool to see him win this weekend. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I'll be straight up though. I'm probably not going to be watching. I'll probably be working. I will be tuning into the main card and just rerun everything back probably the day after. The first fight on the prelim card, Nico Price. Nico Price is coming back against Alex Morono. You said something earlier, loser.
I think loser gets cut. Well, actually, no. I think Nico Price is gonna stick around for a little while. Whether he wins or loses.
I think if he gets slept again like he did against Robbie Lawler, I think they're gonna consider cutting him.
Yeah, they might.
But that dude's got a huge family. I would expect him to fight he has to feed all those mouths. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of kids. He pumps them out, but he's a great fighter. I don't see why that fight with Robbie Lawler didn't go longer.
I think he just can't put it together.
You think so?
Yeah, because he doesn't lack skills.
Right.
I don't think he lacks skills.
Or grit.
Yeah, I think he just can't put it together he has in the past, and it's holy shit. He had a really badass fight against Vicente Luque a few years ago.
Right.
And that was a really good back and forth, right? He ended up losing, but still, that was a good. It was against Vicente Luque on his way up, which if you guys remember when Vicente was on his way up,
when he was on the tear, man.
Yeah, when he was entering the rankings, he was fucking dudes up.
Yeah.
So. Now Nico Price stood was with him the whole 15 minutes, But then after that, I feel like he just kind of would win one, lose one, and then I think he had a fight with Cowboy. Then he had a fight with a few other fights. He had that fight with Robbie Lawler.
Yeah,
where he got knocked out in seconds.
In terms of people that they faced, I think Alex Morono's faced some dogs as well. I don't think the quality of opponents is him, but I think he's also faced some dogs as well. Yeah. I forgot who he fought last. Let me check. Yeah, and that fight went all the way to the decision. And
he fought Court McGee last?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's the quality isn't really there. And I think
Court McGee 10 years ago or 7 years ago that would have been a fun.
Yeah, that
like,
would have been
that would have been like a good win or like a good fight.
Yeah,
but, like,
exactly.
You're fighting an older guy now, you know.
Yeah.
And
So-
I mean, Court McGee is
What?
for like his age. He's
Right. What do you mean?
Court McGee could fucking put it down for him.
Oh yeah, for his age, no,
Yeah.
definitely. I just think like in terms of the fight meaning anything,
Yeah.
and getting him anywhere, it just really didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
And like I don't want to. I feel bad talking like this about them, you know, because like these guys are putting a lot out there. But just from what I've seen, you know, I'm just trying to be as honest as possible here.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to give them their flowers as well, but I also got to be a little bit critical.
Right. No, you got to. It's what we do.
Yeah.
Oh, the next fight, Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews, it's kind of hit or miss with him. He's a little inconsistent. Like when he knocked out Andre Filo like that,
Yeah.
really proved his name. But he's been around since like the Ultimate Fighter days. Like he was on the Ultimate Fighter years ago, and we got to see him blossom through the UFC. Now he's fighting the guy who just lost to a split decision to Neil Magny not too long ago.
When was that fight? Was that before or after the Toronto?
That was literally almost a year ago.
Oh, okay, so it was after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think takes it? Do you think it goes to decision? I think it's one of those fights that may not go to decision. I think Jake Matthews is at a point in his career where he needs to put the gas on it a little bit, and I think he needs to.
Well, Jake Matthews is young, dude. He's 29.
Yeah, no, but to me, it's like he seems old. You know what I mean? And
Like,
I feel like the
he
UFC
has a lot of miles.
Yeah, he has a lot of miles. I feel like the UFC knows that as well. And at this point, at 29, if you can't put it together, then where does he go from here?
Yeah. I mean, what is his welterweight?
Let me see.
This is right there. You're covering it. Oh no, it says last fight. My bad.
Yeah, no, I can't do kilograms. 77 kilograms. I think it's welterweight. No.
Oh well, yeah, Neil Magny.
Yeah. So.
And then
And Marias.
Yeah. Okay.
And that fight against Marias, that card was the intensity of that fight, the pace.
Yeah.
Well, it tired me out watching that fight, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
You think it goes to decision?
I can see it going into decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stylistically, I mean, it's not too intriguing to me.
Yeah. I mean, we these dudes could shut us up and just be fighting the night.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But on paper, it doesn't jump off the page.
How do you think Grant Dawson comes from that jump back after Bobby Green?
I think he's gonna do really well. I think people are like writing him off just because he had a tough loss against Bobby Green. Yeah, and that's the thing. He got caught early in the fight. Hadn't really implemented his game plan yet. Hadn't really gotten that started yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby Green, he's like such a veteran dude that like
Yeah.
you know we talk about him enough here on this show.
Yeah. You want to talk about Miles?
Yeah.
Like that guy's got enough of them. Sorry, Bobby.
But there's a picture of Bobby Green. If you can't see it right behind John.
That's my guy. He's got my back no matter what. He told me that in person actually.
He actually signed "You the fucking man" on it.
It's because I am.
But
He knows
anyway,
that.
but anyway, yeah. So Bobby Green, he did. I don't want to say he stopped the hype train. I think he just like derailed it for a little bit.
Right.
But Grant Dawson, if he can put up another really good performance, he's right back in there.
The name Bobby Green, losing to Bobby Green, doesn't necessarily write you off. Because he's that type of opponent that kind of dictates, like, if you beat Bobby Green, yeah, you're ready to get up there. You know what I mean? But if you lose to him, doesn't necessarily mean you need to be written off.
Exactly.
It means that you're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Like,
and Grant Dawson, how old is he? I think he's like in his mid to late 20s.
Let's see. 30.
Oh, he's
wait,
30.
No. Yeah,
okay,
they're both 30.
Oh, cool. They're both 30. All right, so he's right at 30. I mean, he still has a bunch of like growing to do, and you know, he trained with Poirier for this fight.
Okay.
So yeah, they trained together for this fight. I think Grant Dawson's gonna get it done. It might be a slow fight because once he starts wrestling, he just kind of holds you down and ground and pounds you.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not be like a TKO or anything crazy, but I think he can. I think he can do something.
I mean, we'll see. I don't really like. I mean, I'm not him. I wasn't there. I really want to know how hard his weight cut was for the Bobby Green fight. Because because his last fights, he would get clipped and he'd be fine. I can only imagine if the weight cut had something to do with that.
He doesn't look huge for he looks like a lightweight. He looks like that's the right weight class. He doesn't look huge for lightweight. You know.
I just want to know, does Bobby really hit that hard or?
But I think Bobby just hits. He just hits precise.
Okay. Roman Kopylov coming off that loss to Fluffy Hernandez. Do you think he's gonna get his rhythm back? They're giving him a guy who's undefeated.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
And Cesar Almeida. So that's the feature fight of the preliminary card.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna. I haven't really seen Cesar Almeida too much, but I've heard people talk about him. So we're either gonna find out.
I think it's either gonna be a really good kickboxing match or. I just don't see it going the distance. Is what I'm trying to say, and I think Roman knows there's a little bit of pressure on his head right now, and I'm sure if he gets a win here, he's gonna get somebody to get back into the top 15 because I feel like they want to push him. His style's great. His finishing style is there. He's got the power. He's got the looks. He's Russian, and the cool thing the cool thing I like why I say that is like most Russians are wrestlers. You know, they're grapplers.
Yeah, and this guy's big kickboxer.
Seeing an awesome Russian who's a striker it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that. But this fight, I mean, the guy's 36 though. Almeida's 36. Kopylov is 31. The guy's
but I think it's at middleweight.
Yeah.
So like at 36 at middleweight isn't like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I hope he does well, or I don't know. I hope they have a good fight.
Well, I mean, Almeida doesn't really have too much of a record to speak for himself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know, and Kopylov has a lot more TKOs. I think he has 4. So, wins by knockout.
And I think Kopylov was also coming off like he was getting fights back to back to back.
Right.
You know, so I think spacing them out a little bit because he just fought in February, so 3-4 months ago. You know, it's not the quickest turnaround, but it's also like, hey, you could have waited an extra month,
right,
and like kind of refine a few more things before you get back in there. But maybe he just wanted to get back in there and like get his rhythm going again.
Maybe. Yeah. I really want to talk about the last 3 fights on the main card. You know, not to be a dick or anything. But, I mean, I just kind of want to go into it because those are the ones that pique my interest the most. With Kevin Holland, because the dude, he's fighting Michael, literally just lost to Michel Pereira. And I've been saying this on this show that you can't really, if you lose to Michel Pereira, you just put respect on his name is all I'm trying to say. Like, that's a tough fight. Yeah. That's a very tough fight. So, I think Holland knows that going into this fight. It's going to be what? Is it a middleweight fight? Yeah, it's a middleweight fight. So
no, it's a welterweight.
Or welterweight. Okay, so yeah, no, I was wrong. So my bad. I can't read fucking kilograms, dude. I can't do it.
But I would, yeah, right. It's a welterweight.
Well, I mean, they have similar records, kind of 25-11, 19-7. What do you think?
Oh no, it is a middleweight fight.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know if I like that for Kevin Holland.
Well, he's going up and down, up and down.
Well, no,
he likes to stay active.
He was down for a long time.
That's right. He fought Wonder Boy.
Yeah, he was at 170 for a while.
So 185. I mean, shit. How long was he at 185 before he dropped down?
I want to say for the majority of his career, actually.
You think so?
Yeah. I just think that Kevin Holland might just be like plateauing.
You think so?
I don't know, man.
That whole crew that they have, you know, and I love that crew too. It's like Terrence McKinney, Jamal Hill, Kevin Holland, like they're all boys, and I feel like they're all kind of in a similar situation in terms of their career right now.
I feel like,
and I hate to see it.
They have the skills to break through, but like I get annoyed watching Kevin Holland fight sometimes because I'm like, dude, why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you like?
Well, he just likes to entertain.
Yeah, you know, and it's like I get that, it's cool, but like you can entertain and win a fight, man.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta be smart.
Yeah,
and it's like you get double your money.
Yeah, you know exactly. What I mean? You know, like, yeah, during that Wonder Boy fight, they went to the ground. Kevin Holland's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he was just like, no, go up. Like, yeah, dude, I get it. You want to show off, but, like, you can win a fight right here.
Yeah, that's true. He'd rather win the cash, the fight of the night cash. You know, I don't blame him. Shit, an extra $50K. Well, I mean, I'd probably like to win, to be honest. Yeah. But what do you think about the co-main, Strickland versus Costa? That's a fight that I knew was going to happen. Hearing it attracts me. I don't really know how it's going to play out. I don't know if it's going to live up to the standards.
I think...
Could it be a boring fight? Do you think it's going to be a boring fight?
I think Sean Strickland is going to...
do what Sean Strickland does?
Yeah, he has an opponent that's going to stand with him. Mm-hmm. Right? Paulo Costa is not going to back off.
That's
right?
true.
Paulo Costa's gonna be there. Paulo Costa's not easy to put away.
Whatsoever.
He has really good striking, really good kicks. Paulo Costa has the skills to knock out Sean Strickland.
That's true.
But can he catch him? And that's going to be the thing, right? Because Sean Strickland is going to be elusive,
Yep.
difficult to read, difficult to catch.
Is the fight 5 rounds?
Yeah.
That's insane. And that I could definitely just see that fight going all 5 rounds.
Oh yeah.
But does Paulo have the cardio?
Yeah, I think he'll be fine cardio wise. Yeah, I just think Sean Strickland is better at implementing his game.
People need to understand People need to understand the magnitude of this fight because they're both recent losses are the champions and the next champion.
Yeah.
So this is the title eliminator for sure.
It could be. I think this one
Because Paulo's been active.
Right, but this fight, depending how they do here, they're gonna weigh that against Kamza and Whitaker, and depending how they do there.
I mean, but it's like let's say, Paulo beats Sean, Rob beats Hamzat. Are they gonna run it back on that fight to get the title eliminator? Who do you think to get the title fight? Who do you think gets the title first in that case? Do they give it to Rob for the millionth time, or do they give it to Paulo for the second time?
I think if Rob wins, he'll probably have to fight one more.
Sorry, I live in the ghetto.
Or I don't know, because they might just randomly give it to Izzy.
I can totally see that.
If like Izzy decides that tomorrow he wants to fight again, though, he's first in line.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I want to say
as he should be.
Yeah, I want to say he's earned it. Right? He beat Paulo, he beat Whitaker already. So both those guys aren't really. He beat Whitaker twice, so both those guys aren't really like worth it for him anymore.
Okay.
And then, Strickland rematch would be fun, but I think they're gonna give him Duplessis. He's gonna go Africa versus Africa. They got that storyline already. They got that whole beef already. So
that's true. I could see that.
Either that or if Kamzat wins, they're gonna be Kamzat.
Yeah. That being said, who do you think's gonna win
this fight?
Yeah,
I got Sean.
Sean?
Yeah.
Me too. Sean Strickland, we're with you. Riverside, stand up.
Riverside, motherfucker.
Riverside, motherfucker.
Riverside, stand up for your boy Tarzan. But we're here, the main event. It's the classic Rocky story, man. An undefeated Russian versus just an underdog from America, man. How do you think will the diamond shine under pressure?
I will cry tears of joy if Dustin Poirier
Honestly,
wins.
me too, man.
Like that is
grown men only want to see one thing.
Yeah.
And it's Dustin Poirier with that strap. But do you think he retires after if he wins?
I think he might retire either way.
I agree. And I would hope that either way, he has to retire. I want him to retire with the thing, but there's going to be so much speculation if he retires. If he wins and then retires.
He's going to be like, oh, he was scared of the rematch. Oh, he was scared of...
But I could see Dustin being the type of guy to just say, like, fuck you. Like, I marked all my boxes.
Dude, here's the thing. Dustin doesn't... If you look at his resume... Like, he can retire and no one can tell him shit, man.
Yeah, even without the belt, yeah.
Yeah, like, he didn't shy away from anyone.
Nope.
He fought everyone. Win or lose, it was exciting. Like, win or lose, he put it out there, right? Yep. He can retire. He can win the belt and then that same night be like, thank you, I'm out.
Yeah.
And... Like,
I wouldn't be mad.
No, you can't be mad at that.
At all.
Like, that guy did it all. He's done it all, man. Like, he's done it all. He's the most accomplished lightweight ever, right?
He got the flower shorts, too. You
saw
that?
Yeah, he got those flower shorts.
That's fucking badass. It makes me wonder if Islam's going to have any custom shorts and if whether or not it's going to be Putin's face or the Russian flag or something. I don't know. We'll see. But Khabib is in Islam's corner.
Yeah,
he has fought Dustin. That's fucking scary, man. And I feel like they have something up their sleeve. But I saw a clip of Islam's looping punches in his fight against Oliveira. And to me, it's like you think Dustin can't counter that? It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. But Dustin has to think about the takedown the entire time. That's the scariest thing, because the plan's gonna be to get his back and choke him out, because that RNC is Dustin's Achilles when it comes to grappling. So
when it comes to title fights.
When it comes to title fights as well too.
Look, like I put $5 down for Dustin to win by submission.
And the odds are if it pulls off, he gets $100.
Yeah, off my 5. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think if Dustin wins,
It's gonna be by knockout.
it's gonna be by knockout.
It has to be by knockout.
I think he's either gonna.
I think he's gonna clip him at the end of the first round.
That'd be cool. But I wanna see him like clip him like in the middle of a round.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
we all do, man.
Like
we
in the
all
middle
do.
of an, and the thing is, Dustin will get that exchange out of you.
Yeah.
How disciplined is Islam to just be like, I don't want anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna clench you up, get away, fight you with my kicks.
I could see Islam grappling right away, because under no shape or way, shape or form would I want to exchange with Dustin.
Yeah, I know. I can see him like in the first round because Islam likes to do that, man. Islam likes to like, in the first round, like, kind of play the stand-up game. You know, he did that with Volkanovski both times.
Mm-hmm.
He did that with Oliveira, and then I think they finally went to the ground somewhere in the first round. But
Do you think he's going to try and knock Dustin out, or do you think he's just going to go for the takedown?
I think he could knock Dustin out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
think
big, man.
I think he has the power to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
But does he have the skills? Right.
The technique.
The technique. I think Dustin's boxing is better. He does like to get hit, but he can take a hit.
I'm excited, man. These are one of those fights where I have anxiety like before the days even started.
Yeah. My heart rate's gonna be like
Yeah,
at 120
exactly.
or something.
Yeah, definitely. Don't share your Apple information with your girlfriend because she's gonna think you're cheating on her. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's watching the heart rate go up. Don't worry, honey. Dustin's about to make the walk. That's the only thing. I hope he wins. I hope he wins by knockout. I think we all do.
Yeah.
All our friends want him to win by knockout. It's just with me. I know he's probably gonna retire afterwards. So
Yeah. And the thing is, guys, I'm actually a big Islam fan.
yeah, he is.
Like I was a big Khabib fan.
He's an extreme realist. Something that really pisses me off. But I mean,
Extreme what?
realist.
Like, yeah. So like
he bets with his brain, not his heart.
for like the Oliveira fight, I was telling him the whole time like, everyone was like, Oliveira's gonna like do this and that to
Yeah.
Islam, and I remember telling everyone was thinking I was a dumbass. I was like, no, I think Islam's gonna fuck him up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Islam's gonna make it look easy. And everyone was telling me no. And then we saw how it happened, and I was like, I kind of told you guys.
We're gonna have to double down on the hot sauce
Yeah,
because you have the hot sauce, right?
I used to have.
You used to have it.
I
Probably
went through
expired by now. You ate it all?
Yeah, well, not just like ate it. But
No, I get it. 1 out of 10. What was Dustin's hot sauce?
the regular one's pretty good. I want to
Okay.
say maybe like an 8-ish. You know,
All right.
8.
Good to know.
Yeah, it was good on my breakfast burritos. Yeah, but yeah, so I do think Islam's probably gonna win. You know, history's gonna tell us that Islam's gonna win.
Wait, so are we?
Skill-wise-
So this fight, you think Islam's gonna win again?
I think skill wise, Islam's gonna win. Game plan wise, Islam. I would love it. I would just love it if Dustin Poirier won.
Yeah.
Like,
as an MMA fan, I think everybody would.
Yeah, and it's not even like a hate on Islam. It's just a
true underdog story, man.
Yeah, and
everybody loves to see it.
Like we've seen him, like fight everyone, fight his way up the rankings, fight his way
up and down,
Yeah.
and down, dude. Just
Then he
crazy.
went down the rankings, and he fought his way back up, then down again, then back up
Yeah.
again. Like you want to see this guy win. You
If
wanna see this
anybody
guy
deserves
succeed.
it, it's Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part about this whole
You
story.
know? I don't
And
know.
like, there's so many. I don't know, dude. I think Dustin's gonna do it. I think Dustin's gonna.
I really hope.
Man.
I really hope he does. There's a lot of things that are gonna go right. For example, he always wears the war hat, the
Yep.
Marvin Hagler hat. Marvin Hagler, he's from Newark, New Jersey. What street is the venue on? Lafayette.
Ooh.
And
There
then
you
that
go.
and then that Paulo Costa curse.
Yep, the Paulo Costa curse. Every UFC pay-per-view card, every champion on the pay-per-view card, like Paulo Costa has been involved in, has lost their belt.
Yeah.
Every pay-per-view that Dustin has been a part of in the month of June, he has won.
Look at these. These are all superstitions that are probably very dumb, but we want them to be true.
Man, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know what I would do. Well, like, I would probably cry. Like,
I think I wanna
I'm gonna
say-
cry, bro. I'm gonna cry. I'll record a live reaction, put it on our Instagram page just to show you guys.
Yeah.
But hopefully he shines bright like a diamond. You know.
I think Dustin has the skills to do it. in if he can like knock him out. And if he just, as much as we want to see the guillotine, I don't think he should jump the GILLY.
No, it's not gonna happen. And I think all the people who say like Khabib's gonna come back and avenge Islam, I don't think Khabib would.
No, Khabib wouldn't.
I don't think
Khabib
you would.
If anything like that would happen, it would be Islam fighting a rematch or something, or
Right. Yeah. And like let's say Dustin doesn't retire. He doesn't mention anything in the post-fight interview or like the press conference at the end. Do you think he takes a rematch against Islam? Do you think Islam deserves a rematch?
I think
Or depending on how he loses, if he loses.
yeah, I think let's just say Islam loses, right?
Right.
Depending how he loses, 1, 2, like on paper, Islam should not get a rematch because he has 2 title defenses, both against the same person, right? I think though that the UFC loves him so much and they love Khabib and they love all that they're gonna give him a rematch, right? Which I feel bad for Armin if that does happen, because Armin's right there. But do I think he deserves a rematch? He does have the longest win streak
It's
right
true.
now. I think he's like at 12 or 13. Or I think he's at 13. Which is tied with GSP, Khabib.
Yeah, if he gets this next win, he's like up there with all or passes all of them, I think.
Yeah, if he gets his next win, he passes Khabib in his win streak. Which says a lot because Khabib's undefeated and Islam actually has 1 loss. So
Yeah.
Islam had to do his win streak in the UFC, I should say.
Right.
Because Khabib only had 13 fights in the UFC.
You had to put in work, my man. You had to put in work.
But yeah, man, I do want to see Dustin win. Do I think he's gonna win? I think it's a long shot, but I do think it's possible.
So your final answer, Islam or Dustin? I'm going Dustin. I love you, Dustin.
If I'm putting money on it,
It's just the straightforward Islam or Dustin, dude.
my
I hate
heart
to do it to
says
you. It's just a straightforward. Who do you got? I don't want to hear about your bets. To the people who follow us, the people who watch us, I want them to know who you chose.
no. That's
I
because
just
wording it
want
like
you-
that is wrong too.
I just want you
Because I choose Dustin, but who do I think?
Your heart
is Islam.
So what he's saying is his heart chooses Dustin, his head chooses Islam.
Yeah.
I'm going with Dustin no matter what. I'm giving you my 100% faith, Dustin. America, motherfucker. And that's that for 302.
Watch this fucking come back and bite me in the ass, which I kind of hope it does.
You know what?
Like if it
That'd
does
be
bite me
great.
in the ass, I'd be pretty happy because then that means that Dustin won.
So I got Dustin. Before we get out of here, there were some additions to 303, the Connor card, and the Connor versus Chandler card that we did just want to bring up. Ian Gary versus MVP. I guess Kobe didn't want to sign the contract, so we got MVP versus Ian Gary. Stylistically,
Yeah, I mean that would have been a bad fight for Colby anyway.
yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, dude. I think MVP is a bad fight for Ian Gary.
I do think so too, actually.
I think Ian Gary. I mean, MVP is gonna perform under the bright lights. I think he's gonna do what he does, and I think Ian Gary's gonna. It's a fast adjustment. And you know what? How long was? Because this kind of got finalized like a while ago, right? Or not
like a week ago.
A week ago, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean Colby was in camp for Ian?
No, I don't think. I think
Was Ian training to fight Colby, knowing that this fight was coming, or is this a short notice fight for both guys?
no. They usually always know who they're gonna fight before it gets announced.
Right.
You know, usually, I don't think it's a short notice fight. I think they're both kind of coming prepared and
Okay.
like ready for each other.
Who do you got?
I want to say Ian Gary.
Okay.
I want to say Ian Gary on that one. I wouldn't be surprised if MVP wins.
Mhm.
But I think Ian Gary, he's really good at striking. Probably enough to keep up with MVP, and I think he might be a little bit faster.
Okay. No, that's good. I mean, the people he's training with Shoot the Box,
Yeah.
his striking's getting better. I want to see more of his grappling because it's kind of a short notice thing. I can see him using his
wouldn't be
speed to get
surprised.
into the clinch and to try and take him down. Because I feel like it's a 3-round fight. He doesn't have room or time to adjust to a super stylish guy like MVP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to get to work and he wants to get to work fast. He wants to win those rounds fast.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a takedown here and there, maybe does a little bit of grappling. I think MVP's really hard to take down. I don't know if Ian Gary's wrestling's gonna be there yet, but
I think
Yeah.
about how comfortable MVP was in Bellator, how much of a star he was. Like I don't forget that, And in terms of the caliber of opponents that he's facing in the UFC, yeah, he's facing the best in the world. When he gets to that comfort, when he finally, broke that cherry, and he did well against Kevin Holland, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Kevin Holland doesn't have the skill that'll bring it out of MVP that much.
Yeah.
You know, and if you get what I'm saying? So I think Ian Gary being a better stylistic matchup for him, I think it's going to boost his competitive range, and I think we're going to see him aiming for the finish. Even more so, and I think it's not just gonna be a two going down the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think both guys are gonna. One MVP wants to make a statement saying like, "Hey, I'm actually one of the best in the world. I can compete in here. I can go for the title. I just took out one of your top contenders.
Right.
Right. I think he's gonna come in with that mentality of like, I'm here. I'm here to take over kind of thing.
I'm sure he wants to accomplish what Michael Chandler set out to. You know what I mean?
But I also think Ian Gary has something to prove too, with saying like, I'm about to beat one of the best strikers ever in MMA.
Yeah.
And really solidify himself as being, probably the best striker in the welterweight division.
Is MVP part of that conversation if he beats Ian Gary?
For best strikers?
No, just like in terms of ranks, because Ian Gary's knocking on that door. So if he beats Ian Gary, he's gonna have to get a top 5 opponent, because that'll fast track the shit out of MVP if he beats Ian Gary.
Oh yeah. I think Ian Gary is top 5, right?
I think he's like number 6 or something. Let me double check.
What was his last fight?
His last fight was against Jeff Neal. I actually ran
right.
into Ian Gary in traffic
that
fight week.
He came out on embedded.
I did. But yeah, let me see. Wait, what was I looking for?
Ian Gary's rank, but I might find it before you. Ian Gary's number 7.
Yeah, see, so he's knocking on that door.
Yeah, I guess winner is one fight away from the title.
Right.
Well, they might actually just give it to Ian Gary if he wins.
Yeah. I think they're going to make
Who
that
else is
Shavkat versus Jack fight actually happen. Just for the fans, to be honest. Or at least I hope they do.
Yeah.
But that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so final decision, Ian Gary?
I think Ian Gary.
I'm going to go with Ian Gary as well. But I see it being a really, really competitive fight. The other fight I wanted to bring up before we got out of here was Jamal Hill versus Carlos Ulberg.
Oh, yeah. So, Khalil Roundtree's out. That means that our bet is off.
Yep, and that means Ulberg is in. Ulberg has power. Crazy, crazy power.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have the ring time Jamal does. So, we don't really know if let's say if Jamal plays the long game, I feel like he's going to be smarter this time around. With this fight, it is a quick turnaround, though.
For both of them, right?
Yeah,
but
they're on the opposite side of the spectrum here. Carlos is on. It's a quick turnaround for him, but he didn't get touched his last fight.
Yeah, and then Jamal's
the opposite side of the story. So
yeah, yeah, I still think that it's a fast turnaround for Jamal. I would have liked to see him rest a little bit longer, but again, also I think we've talked about it where he's he was out for a while. He's probably just trying to get his gears going again. Big stage for Carlos.
Yeah, super big stage. But so was the last one. The last one was in front of a crowd, right? So
No, what I mean is like big stage as in you're finally fighting someone huge, huge name in the division, right?
Yeah, very huge. An ex-champion.
Yeah, you're fighting an ex-champion.
Yeah.
So if you beat him, that's it. You're right there.
You're right there. And I don't even want to think about him versus Poatan right now, because I'm just not ready to do that. I'd rather see Jamal and him run it back. I'm just a diehard Jamal fan, so
yeah.
I mean, I got Jamal in this fight regardless. I think he just did get caught against Poatan. Didn't really get to put it together, because him versus Glover showcased how fucking good of a striker he actually was, and how good he was against the clinch. But something I did want to bring up before all of this, or before we end this episode. All of these fights that we just got done talking about are in the new 3-ounce UFC glove.
Oh no, they're not 3 ounces.
They're not 3 ounces?
No, they vary in ounces.
Really?
Yeah, depending on your size.
On your weight class?
Yeah, on your weight class.
Wow, I did not know that.
Oh shit, killed Tony's.
Oh shit. But I mean, That's that, right?
Yeah. Well, another card that got announced is 304.
And who's headlining that?
Usman. What's his name? Edwards and Muhammad.
Oh yeah, and
And
Manchester looks fucking crazy.
Dude, that fight looks like it. That card looks like
That
it's gonna be a
whole
banger.
card. We got Patty versus Bobby Green.
Yeah.
Right. We got Aspinall versus
Curtis Blades.
Curtis Blades, and I've never seen an interim defended. Wait,
Yeah.
correction. Who did it?
Uh,
Ferguson? Or did he just fight for the interim?
He fought for the interim, and then then he was gonna fight Khabib to unify it.
Right, but he couldn't.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think what happened there was that he got the interim, and then Conor got stripped.
Uh-huh.
So then he was supposed to fight Khabib to get the undisputed, and then
Right.
that's when he got hurt. And don't wear your sunglasses indoors, kids. and then it all happened that way.
Who else is on that card?
Um.
We got Giga versus Arnold Allen.
Oh yeah.
That fight's on that
I
card.
just saw
And then you
somebody.
got Manuel Cap versus
Yeah, that's the one. Muhammad
versus
Mokaev.
yeah, versus Muhammad Mokaev. That whole fucking main card is stacked. I really want, and I'll be honest, as an American here in the USA, I want it to be London time because that just seems like such a banger card. I would love to get like stay up all night and just freaking.
Well, it sucks for them because we're gonna get at 7 p.m.
I know.
in California.
Those guys, I can only imagine those guys are gonna.
You have to be diehard.
No, like they're just gonna be trash by the time Leon goes on.
Listen, there's gonna be two things flying off the shelf: beer and Celsius.
On Celsius, yep, and Prime,
And Prime, yeah.
yep.
But yeah, that card should be fun.
We'll get more into that one as the weeks come.
I want to ask you though, before we do get off,
Mhm.
how do you feel about the whole heavyweight championship situation right now?
I think he should fight Aspinall.
think-
I think John Jones should man up and fight Aspinall. I
Yeah.
don't think necessarily he's running away from him. I don't know. I don't know the context of that, but I don't think Stipe deserves to fight Jones. I don't think Jones should fight Stipe. What's the point of the interim title? You know,
Yeah,
if
that's
that's
the
the
thing.
case. Like, what's the
So-
point of that?
I'm seeing this as the heavyweight championship fight,
Yeah,
right? Because Jones came back, fought once, is gone again for an injury. Okay, I get that. And then talks about wanting to fight Stipe. Stipe's last fight, he was 38. He's 42.
and he's like, the thing that's bugging me is that Jones is being extremely vocal about fighting him and then retiring.
Yeah, and
Like, it's really grinding my gears. Like, everybody would love to see you knock out a young blood and then retire. Like, that would cement your legacy even more, in my opinion.
And I think I don't think he's running away from him. And if you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But I know he called for that Stipe fight a while ago. When he called for it the first time, it made sense, right? And now at this point, it's been so long, it doesn't make sense anymore. And then I think it's disrespectful to Aspinall because Aspinall's been there, dude.
Yeah.
Aspinall had an injury, came back, fought, won.
Yeah.
Like, he's had stellar performances, you know? He's earned his title.
And he manned up and fought Pavlovich. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
on short notice.
On short notice.
Yeah.
So you got to give the man respect.
And I think Aspinall has the potential to be the best heavyweight
Yeah.
we've ever seen in the UFC.
He was bred to be a heavyweight.
Yeah,
Like,
he was literally, if you watch his story and
Yeah.
how his dad got him going.
People don't understand. He was bred to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
So, Manchester's super exciting. Fuck. I'm excited.
Yeah.
One thing before we do get off though, it was Aaron's birthday a couple of days ago, so I did want to just say thank you for all that you do. Happy birthday! You're old.
I'm old.
I've known Aaron for a couple years now, and
More than a couple.
yeah, more than a couple. We've been friends for a long time now, and I just want to say I love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, sir.
That's the end of our episode. Go tell your mom that you love her.
And that I say hi.
It's so sad. Later.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.